Hi guys, welcome to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Saturday afternoon. Hope we're all okay. Hope we're all right. I hope the day is treating you well and the weekend is going to treat you even better. Obviously, Spurs cannot ruin your Saturday, so don't worry. You can enjoy your Saturday peace-free, drama-free, hopefully. We'll see. We're going to be talking in this video surrounding some ridiculous reports surrounding the interest in Milan Skriniar. We're going to be talking about David Hancko and Spurs potentially missing out on him. Also potentially missing out on one of my favourite targets in Fikayo Tomori. We're going to be talking about AC Milan and their movements around Marcus Rashford and Kyle Walker and what that might mean for Spurs. We're going to be talking about, I think there's more, but I'll get to it when I get to it. There's so much on in my mind right now that I'm all over the place. All right, I'm all over the place. Even Dragon, Roberto. Morning, afternoon for Roberto. Evening for Dragon. How are you, mate? Afternoon Spurs. XL, Bazza, Louis, Dean, Adventurous, Jazz. How are we all? Hope we're all okay. Let's jump in and let's talk Milan Skriniar because it's coming out of French reports from L'Equipe saying that Spurs are pushing to sign Milan Skriniar. PSG are willing to initially loan Skriniar only if there are easy to exercise conditions, right? We talked about this report. It's been regurgitated and brought back out, mostly to sell clicks and sell views and make some money out of it. Look, if Ange wants a player, you back the manager, whoever it is, because you want them to have the players they think they need to have success to bring you more happiness as a football fan. But my God, this is not the player. I've said I've been so steadfast on this. This is not the player. And I want to be really, really vocal about certain points because I think people are so. The issue in real life is people listen to what they want to hear you say, right? People have misconstrued some of my points recently. I've said Pierre-Emile Højbjerg is a decent player, doesn't suit Ange's system. And I've been called out saying, Højbjerg's a great player. We need him back. We need a ball-winning six. And, if Højbjerg was playing for us right now, we'd be no better. We'd lose the ball way more. Bissouma losing the ball for the Arsenal's second goal, Højbjerg probably would have lost about 4 or 5 of those balls. We'd have probably been about 4 or 5-1 down. So it doesn't really make any difference. But yes, there is that regardless. I hope we're nowhere near this still. I hope we stay far, far away. Look, we know about Galatasaray and Fenerbahce interest in Skriniar, and I really hope those guys get the deal done. I hope for them to get the deal done. Have I seen Villa switching attention like Balde? Do you think he would fit our system? I'd have to watch a bit more about him, to be honest, mate, to give you a fair representation. No news is good news, but for Spurs, no news is more drop points. Look, the fact that we are now January 18th, and look, I mean, I was at the gym with Luke, who's been on the channel, obviously, a few times. We were chatting at the gym this morning, and I said it's quite crazy how had we lost to Liverpool. Maybe we lost to Tamworth, which is mental to say, but had we done that, the season might near enough be over because you're out of the FA Cup, you might be out of the EFL Cup, all you got is the Europa League left. That's how fortunate the situation is now that we're still in those 3 cup competitions because we could have been out halfway through January and having not signed anyone, we've basically punted on the season. And every day we get closer to the end of this window, we are more and more punting on this season and going, we'll get healthy for next year and we'll be better next year for it. Romero's obviously gone by that point. Sonny's another year older, But yes, there's that. Right, moving on, because we still got loads to talk about. And I need to go walk my dog, so I have to hurry up. Exclusive from Santiago Ana, it's saying that David Hancko has agreed terms to join Juventus from Feyenoord next summer. Juventus are in advanced talks with him. The final package is worth 30 million euros. They could put other players in the deal. As well, but regardless, about 30 million euros. And this is the beautiful thing. I got people telling me, well, January is a difficult time to buy. What have this team done? What has that team done? And what's this team done? And okay, what about cash-strapped Juventus? And why do you think they can start doing things? They're signing Kolo Muani. They're signing David Hancko. I'm going to come to Fikayo Tomori in a minute, and you'll see what I mean. I was always of the belief January is a very, very difficult time of month, a time of season really to buy. And then Alistair Gold said, you had 3 centre-backs go out injured by December the 8th. There was no reason why you couldn't have had deals pushed at a point that within the first 2 weeks of January, you could pull the trigger and have it completed. We're so slow in all these deals, but we've got this mysterious, quiet deals like, ooh, look at us. We do deals quietly. Ooh. And we signed no one, basically. So we're doing so much quiet business that nobody's doing. Nobody has a clue what's going on, even the people that are doing the business. So look, let's pray and hope that, they pull their fingers out of their backsides and actually do some work in the next 2 weeks. But my God, so far they have failed. And Johan Lang has failed as director of football. So far, we have to be frank. He has. Okay, you're great. You persuaded Bergvall to come. Great, you got Archie Gray done. Without Dominic Solanke, the average age of our signings is younger than 19 years old. So not really getting the players that are ready to go right now. And people, I love, by the way, if you're blaming Ange that he's not signed, we've not signed more ready to go players, then I just, yeah, look, you're just an Ange outer. That's the only way I can describe it. You telling me Ange wouldn't want more players that are ready to go right this second? All managers want that. Yeah, it's nice to have a few youth players. You can build them up and bring them along nicely. But when 90% of your dealing has just been youth signing in the summer, doesn't really benefit the logic, does it? The window's ramping up and we're on the sidelines watching. Well, some people are into that type of thing, are they not, Dean? Please no Skriniar. Instead of him, let's bring back Ashley Phillips. Yeah, I don't want Skriniar. There's nothing about personal terms with Spurs, mate. Look at City, new defensive lineup, new contract for Haaland and Omer. Pure Mass. Well, they're signing Kusanov. They're looking at midfielders. There's reports coming out to Man City. They're still not done with business. They're looking at midfielders as well. And I don't want to be like that person that compares Spurs and City, because you shouldn't. They're in a different world with what they spend money on, right? And I'm not saying we should be spending 200 million. Like, they're going to end up spending about 150 million in January, which is bonkers for January, right? But Spurs could spend half of that. We could spend 70 million. We could spend 50 million. And we spent 12 in 2 weeks. So by the end of this window, we'll spend 25 million and then we'll go, yeah, but some of these deals wasn't easy. We tried. We basically went, look, he's over there. If I whisper, he won't hear me. Can I have your player? Oh, he didn't respond. Oh, it's not our fault. You actually got to try and push the boat out and go for him, What's my starting lineup predictions? Kinski, Spence, Gray, Dragoshin, Porro, Bergvall, Madison. I feel like Kulu. Well, I don't know why I feel like Kulu's in the midfield. They're going to go two number 8s, two number 10s. Sonny, Solanke, Johnson, maybe. It's kind of what I'm thinking. Obviously, if Davies can play, brilliant. And I would so love to put Archie Gray into the midfield, but he's only just come back from injury. Do we rush him? I don't know. Lang has to have some players lined up. Otherwise, the chance winner so far does not make sense. It's a failure. That's what it would be. And there's some internal blame to go around. But how much do you think our current performance impacts in the chance window? Money talks louder than club performance, mate. At the end of the day, I'll always believe that. Look at Man United. They've not been near challenging for titles. They still manage to sign players for 85 million. They can still spend the money on wages. So, you know what I mean? They still bought Pogba for 80 odd million. He was probably one of the world's best midfielders at the time. Look at Chelsea. Chelsea finished 12th and still spent crazy money. So that's the other thing. Chelsea finished 12th and then still spent hundreds and hundreds of millions of pounds. You see what I mean? Do you think if this window's poor, not that I think it will change anything, that the fans should be making it uncomfortable? Look, fans at the stadium are more than welcome to voice their opinions. Obviously, don't make it beyond a point where it goes beyond an opinion and it goes into something a lot worse and a lot more, a lot more sort of vicious. But you are more than your right to, say this isn't good enough and voice your displeasure. Voicing displeasure is, a way of life. You're at work. If you're unhappy about something, you say something. Doesn't mean you hate the person or anything like that. But you say, look, if this isn't good enough, I want to voice my opinion on the fact that this isn't good enough. And hate, you shouldn't hate anyone because hate's a strong word, but you know what I mean? I feel like it really feels like Levy isn't willing to spend, regardless of the situation. It feels like they aren't. Look, then that's another issue for another day. I have a good question for you. Would you rather buy Rashford or gain Eager? Who's Eager? Who's Eager? They'd be. Yeah, the thing is, Excel, their summer signings. It's not helping us right now, is it? Given the lack of signings, it's showing that they don't back Ange. Them backing him right now means it's just him not getting sacked. It's just cheap. It's cheaper not to sack him as well. That's the other thing you could say. I've have the attitude of back him or sack him because right now we're doing neither. And they'd rather sack him than back him because they'd be able to save so much money. Because the new manager coming in, they'd say, you need to work with what you got to work with. And the new manager coming in is going, 8th highest earning club in all of the world. And they're only earning more and more every year going forward. There should be money here. There should be quite a bit of money here. And then you have to go, sorry, bud, this is Tottenham. Like I said in Discord, most chairmen are interested in their team doing well, whereas he's interested in his money. Anyway, moving on. Come on, we've still got loads to get through. AC Milan, let's talk about their interest from the Walker situation. Daniele Longo said Milan and Walker deal is very close. Loan with an option to buy from City. I think the deal would be till like the summer of 2026. So it's like an 18-month contract. And there's a situation that it might stop them going to get Marcus Rashford. And that's why I think you might see me talking about Marcus Rashford a few more times this window, because I think Marcus Rashford's market is in the absolute toilet. It's Saudi. It was AC Milan, but if they get Kyle Walker, that might prevent them. You know? Just saying, I just expect it. Eventually, that'd be lovely, mate. Beginning to look like this window is going to be a disappointment. But yeah, there's so much. There's stuff. There's time that you can change things. There's time that you can change things. You've got plenty of time. Still got 2 weeks left, but you need a minimum of 2 deals done. And you know what those 2 deals done will be? The one will be a loan sign that we didn't want, and then will be a purchase that we're all going, who? Danny Rose, his comment, ironically, has come out to be quite true. No, I don't think Romero is feigning an injury whatsoever. He played through an injury against Ipswich. He then played through an injury for Argentina, then got injured, came back from an injury to play, unfortunately picked up another injury. He's backed Ange the whole way. His comments in the media backed Ange. His comments in the media actually went against Daniel Levy. No. The players are all behind Ange. The players have all said, look, this losing has to stop, but they are behind him, which you can't say the same for other previous managers. Hey, Marshall, how are you, mate? If Walker joins Milan, then they can't get Rashford. Exactly, Alex. I'm glad we dodged the Carlo PSG fiasco. Agreed. Honestly, I'm tired of these ITKs and X blatantly lying. I think something will happen soon, whether it's good or not, I don't know. Well, look, something's better than nothing by this point, you know? Right, I want to talk about Tomori because this is a guy that I have screamed out for that I would love Spurs to get. He is a player that suits Ange. He can get on the ball. He is quick. He's much quicker than a Romero. He's probably not even that much slower than a Van de Ven, by the way. He's that kind of quick, right? And I talked about it in December, saying that Juventus, Nicola Schurrer said Juventus and 2 Premier League clubs have shown interest in Tomori. No bids to AC Milan yet, but first talk with agents around the centre-back. And I'm like, right, I bloody hope one of those 2 teams is us. Because I said, this is a guy that suits us. He's Prem-proven. He's played for Chelsea in the Premier League. He was good as well. Yes, he's right-footed, but he's decent on the ball. He's rapid as well. He can handle the physicality of the Premier League. Well, look at this. Juventus are ready to open talks with AC Milan to try and sign Fikayo Tomori and preparing a bid around 25 to 28 million euros as a total package. Mirko Di Natale saying that contacts underway for Fikayo Tomori. Juventus will present an official offer for the defender in the next few hours. I do not want to hear, and do you know what? I'm going to say it now. I don't want to hear any more that it's a difficult time to buy. It's a difficult time to buy. So cash-strapped Juventus can do deals, but Spurs, eighth richest hire club in the world, no FFP issues, loads of money to spend, can't do it. They can't do it. They're just crap at doing it. Like, subscribe, wherever. Appreciate it, Marshall. Appreciate it, mate. Is it me or I like to see Porro right? Look, this Porro right wing thing is brilliant. But do you remember the Liverpool game where he missed a sitter? He's not a finisher. And our right wingers need to be able to score some goals. It doesn't suit playing right wing, Peter. You're not the only one that said this. Loads of people have said it. And I wouldn't want Ben Davies to play left back if Archie Gray's still at centre back. Where it would be a better team with Spence at left back, Porro at right back, and Davies at centre back with Gray going into the midfield. We'd be a much better team. Prashi's back working at Juventus. Maybe he is. Maybe he is. What about... No. Not saying his name. Not saying his name. Not interested in him ever. Never. Look. Yeah, look at it. Look at this. Ben Jacobson at Milan Skriniar still remains an option for Spurs. We're considering an initial loan. Oh my God. No, please don't do this. Oh my Jesus. If people have a problem with Radu Dragic, by the way, guess what? You're not going to like this one either. Genuinely, I'm really worried about this deal. I'm really worried about this deal. Oh, Newcastle 1-0. They've just equalised. So I just wanted to have a quick look. This isn't the deal. This really is not the deal. Jazz, yeah, Jazz, it's completely gettable for Spurs, but will we pull our finger out and do a deal like that? I just don't think so. Poor in his rest, he's been running to the ground. Agreed. Kvara was sort of PSG fitted in hands. Why we're not in for him? A player that would completely change our squad, no ambition. But his wage, by the way, he went from earning, I think, just over $1 million a year or something stupid at Napoli to being like 10 million a year at PSG. Like, we were never going to pay him those wages. Never. Hopefully that's clear, but I hope so as well. Skriniar will be better than nothing. Do you know what? I'll probably say this. This might sound really mad to you. This might sound really, really mad to you, but I want you to understand what I'm about to say. I think I'd rather Ben Davies as centre back than Milan Skriniar. Okay, Milan Skriniar is probably better in the air. He's way worse on the ball. They're probably the same level in terms of athleticism, and I want a guy that can play on the ball. Also, Ben Davies is Prem proven. So I'd probably rather Ben Davies as centre back. And I don't really want Ben Davies as centre back. So that's probably my point there. Do I want... No, I don't want Skriniar at Spurs. I don't know if that gave it away. I really don't want him at Spurs. I would have wanted him to play for Spurs about 3 or 4 years ago. But the issue is that was a system where we played a 5-back, where we sat back on our own 18-yard box, let teams who are... teams that never got on the ball could have 55, 60% possession against us, and we'd hit them on the counter-attack. The Mourinho Conte world-class football that is. And he would have suited that brilliantly. But we ask our defenders to play high line. We ask the defenders to be able to defend 20, 30, 40, 50 yards worth of space, to defend one-on-one. He get on the ball and be able to play through passing lines. I mean, like I said, if you have an issue with Radu Dragic's ability to play on the ball, you're not going to be enjoying Milan Skriniar's ability on the ball. Okay? This isn't the move. And this, for me, is a Daniel Levy move. This is the only reason we would do this move. It's Daniel Levy. Oh, yes, we finally got Milan Skriniar. Woo! Yeah. I mean, Mourinho wanted him. Mourinho's been gone how many years? Then Conte would have wanted him. He's been gone how long? You then brought him in for a manager who he does not suit. So what the hell? You know what I mean? And yeah, everyone keeps mentioning Hatter. I'd have to watch more about him. What order would you rank Dyer, Sanchez, Skriniar? Well, Dyer was very good actually for Bayern for the last season for the 6 months he joined. Well, Sanchez is the one that can defend in space. Now, the one thing you could say about Sanchez, he could defend, right? Can defend in space. Dyer's probably the best on the ball. They're all pretty decent. Am I mad for saying Sanchez? Am I mad for saying that? It'd be Dyer or Sanchez. They're 1 and 2, and then Skriniar for me be 3. Skriniar is Eric Dyer athleticism without being the ability that Eric Dyer had on the ball. How's that? Again, playing a back 3 and a back 5, brilliant player. But PSG play similar in terms of their high line defensively. There's a reason that he's played like 5 games this season. There's a reason they're trying to get off 250 grand a week of him. You know? If we get Skriniar as a Levy signing, does that say more about Levy's thought on any future manager with a different system? No. He wants Skriniar because he's always wanted Skriniar. That's my thinking about it. He's a winner. He's winning his place on the PSG bench and never playing. He's not it. He's not the move. He's not the move. Who would your realistic winger signing be? Are we talking now or are we talking in the summer? I mean, summer, you know, look, I'd love an Mbeumo. I'd love a Semenyo. Now, I don't know who we could get now. The issue is we're now getting into a part of the window where any deal for like a big deal, like an Mbeumo or a Semenyo, is going to take you at least a couple of weeks to do. And those selling teams are looking at it going, why would we sell a guy when we'd only have like 1 day to replace him? So for me, there's just no point. No point thinking about a big name, you know what I mean? Because it's just not going to happen. It just really isn't going to happen. Skriniar could be a great left back in Paris. Yeah, keep him there. He'd be our highest earner, by the way. Doesn't that say a lot? A guy that has played nearly as much football as I have for PSG this season. He's on 250 odd grand a week. Absolutely not. As we on the summer, we won't get Skriniar. PSG can't learn to play. Yeah, exactly. And we're not going to want to spend the money on getting him. So it's a dead rubber for me. Thomas Frank said he's not leaving in Jan. I agree. I don't think he will be. Club saying they'll back Ange and then do nothing to show it. If only they had some time or sign that they need some players. Yeah, imagine they had a time of the year where you are legally allowed to sign a player or sell a player. Does anyone know when that is? I know they had it in the summer, but obviously we're not in summer. They have it in the summer for a few months. And I wonder if they do it any other part of the year. Oh, wait. Yeah, they do. It's right now. Mind blowing, isn't it, Jared? Mind blowing. Absolutely bloody mental. Yeah, the aggregator accounts are all running wild with the idea that, Skriniar. Oh, just shoot me. Put me down. Put me out of my misery. Frustrated is an understatement. Jared, I'm bloody with you, mate. And I wish I had something stronger. I could drink something stronger to commiserate it all, you know? That'll be later. Could be summer fruit squash, but I might enjoy a drink or two of something a little bit stronger. You know what I mean? But anyway, look, let's see what happens. Shout out for tomorrow. Tomorrow morning, we will be doing our last minute thoughts ahead of the 2 p.m. kickoff, Everton versus Tottenham. Join me tomorrow. We'll be talking about that. We'll go live for it as well. I'll be uploading on the second channel probably in the next 5 to 10 minutes. Go and watch that if you haven't actually signed up and subscribed to the second channel. Link in the description below. Have a subscribe. You'd be a bloody legend for it. All right. But anyway, thanks very much for joining me this afternoon. Look after yourselves. Take care of yourselves. And I'll speak to you all very, very soon to speak a lot bit more about Spurs. Take care, everyone. Peace.